Hello. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Ron, aka Ron the Artist, coming to you live. And welcome to Ron's Recap. I'm here today to recap and review the TV show Grownish on Freeform, Season 4, Episode 12, titled Mr. Right Now. Now let's get into it. Let's get into the episode, because it was a good one. The show, I love this show, guys. I really do. I love the show, and I'm going to keep saying it. Freeform, please make this show an hour long. Like, it's never long enough. I'm always engaged and in tune to the freaking show. So, Freeform, please make the show an hour. Okay, now let's get into the episode. Okay, the episode started with Nomi having a conversation with Phil, aka the father of her daughter. And he's finally wanting to meet Luna, her name. She's too cute, by the way. She's too cute. Too cute, little blonde, little chubby cheek little girl. And he gets a pat on the back. Finally wanting to, make amends, do right by his daughter that's in the world. Like, I feel like there might need to be a DNA test done. But if he doesn't want one, then by all means, Phil, knock it out. Knock it out. So, on to the next, with the reality check hitting Zoe upside the head. She's realizing that she sacrificed her relationship with Aaron to intern for Luca, when Luca has no finances to make any moves with the career stuff, the fashion stuff, none of that. And that's a problem, because she can't work if there's no funds to work with. So now she's like, okay, what do we do? Luca let her know that it's usually him and Doug's parties to pay for, the equipment and stuff that they need for the clothing. And him and Doug are on bad terms right now. So that's a problem. That is a problem. On to Jazz and her new boyfriend, Dez. Her new little boy toy, Dez. Cute, and I'm happy for them. I am happy for them. So at least I thought. Yeah, coming up. Nomi, on to Nomi feeling some kind of way about, Phil to leave town again. Phil came over, hashed it out with her a little bit. They discussed Luna's birthday party. He finally got to come over and see Luna for the first time, and she's feeling some type of way that he will be out of town again for work and will be able to miss Luna's birthday party. Nomi left the room for a second. Shortly afterwards, Nomi, Luna pretty much fell while she was in Phil's presence, just all of 30, 40 seconds. She fell, he bumped her head, started crying. Nomi ran to the rescue, and that matter, freaked Nomi out, and she pushed out and put out Phil out of the house. I was like, girl, you are overreacting. Like, kids fall. Kids, they get into stuff. They cry, and they bumped their heads. He was comforting her. He was comforting her, at that moment. She overreacted. I guess she was feeling some kind of way, displacing her anger and frustration because he wouldn't be there for the birthday party. So she's feeling some kind of way altogether. She completely overreacted, and that's just my opinion on that. At that moment, I felt like Nomi needs to let Phil attempt to be a part of Luna's life at some point, because the man is there, present with her. Let that be that. Like, take that for what that is. If you need to rearrange things and make things happen later on with the birthday party or whatever the case may be, then make it happen. Even though she was like, she's a believer on birthday parties needed to be on birthdays. Me too. I don't care if my birthday is in the middle of the week. I'm going to celebrate it somehow on the day of, in spite of other celebrations probably prior or afterwards. It's just me. But that little girl, she's owed that. And she's 1 year old. She's owed that party. On to Jazz and Dez. At that moment, I was just like, way to go, Jazz. Like, pat on the back, applause. Because She stated her piece about the uncomfortability she felt about Des wearing a dress. And he decided to, compromise wearing a dress to the tux. He decided to compromise wearing a dress to their event, to the sporting event or whatever that he invited her to, which was her old track team or whatever. And he decided to wear a tux to their event. I was happy for her. I'm like, okay, she stated her piece, and there's hope for them after all. He really likes her for him to make that compromise, and she really likes him for her to even come to that point of, stating it. And that was that. On to Aaron and Vivek. I don't know what the heck was going on with them at lunch or dinner, eating at that table. I don't know if that was, it was strictly Aaron giving him advice. Aaron giving Vivek advice about a job interview and how to get past it. Him having a record at this point, and it confused me. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I did not quite understand their scenes in this episode, but okay. On to Phil showing back up to see Luna, even though Nomi was neglecting his phone calls and text messages, being petty. Like, Anna told Nomi, you're being petty, girl. Like, that could have happened in anybody's presence. Kids fall, they bump their heads, they get into things, like, they cry. Like, it was his first time in her presence. Like, give him a chance. And I'm glad he did pop up, because that he stood his ground. Like, I'm here to see Luna. I'm not going anywhere. And kudos to him for standing on that, trying to be there for her, which resulted into him saving Luna from choking on the food she was eating while Nomi is arguing back and forth with him at the door. Like, girl, again, as I said in one of my previous recaps, that was partially her fault, because she waited 6 months 6 months after the birth of Luna to even tell Phil that she existed. Yeah, he was wrong for his reaction to it and just completely going MIA and ghosting her and getting a job elsewhere. XYZ definitely was wrong of him. But she got to admit that she played a part in that as well. Like, the man freaked out. The man had a reaction to finding out he had a kid that he had no idea existed for well over a year, pretty much. A pregnancy takes, 9-10 months? And you didn't let that man know that you had the baby until 6 months after, the birth. You cannot expect to just throw that in somebody's lap and he's going to be A-okay with that. Like, Nomi, come on now. It doesn't work like that. So, again, kudos to him for saving Luna, choking on the food and comforting her. I think Luna's going to really like her dad, Phil. On to, it's time for onto the event, or the preparation of the event, or on the way of the event for Jazz and Des to attend. Not only does Jazz look stunning, she looked stunning, hot as hell in that red dress. I loved her in that red dress. She looked stunning in that red dress. But then, bomb drop, here comes Des appearing in that black and yellow highlighted colored dress, throwing Jazz completely off once again. Des wasn't okay with Jazz not completely accepting all of him, even though she accepts most of him, referring to his sexuality in him, dating and being open to be with all. That resulted into them breaking things off, leaving Jazz back to square one, being single. And I feel so bad for her, because the girl just want to be loved. Like, she is a good person. She stays out of the way. She's not out here, doing shiesty things, and she's not a bad person at all. The girl's just trying to date and mingle, and the moment she makes a connection with somebody, it's with somebody, non-binary and free to date all. And that he explores it with, or they explore with their clothing, art, all that good stuff. And that component of exploring it, physically, or, pretty much physically, it's uncomfortable for Jazz. And, it's something new to her. It's something new to her, and I can't really knock her for, being uncomfortable for that. And at least she's owned it and she's stated it. And again, she's open to him dating all. It's just the dress part. And like, she couldn't knock that one thing. And she was like, I really like you. He was like, I really like you too. And he's like, if you really want this, let's go to the event dressed like this. And she couldn't do it. And he was like, okay, then all bets are off. And that's unfortunate because she really liked him. They really vibed. And they were a couple. They were on to something great. Probably something better than her and Doug. Like, come on now, Dez. Come on now, Dez. You told the girl you would wear the tux. You were going to make the compromise. And you showed up in a dress to make a point. And I get him standing his ground. Kudos to that. But it's a weird situation. It's a weird situation. It's complicated. And I just feel for Jazz in the long run. Because she deserves happiness and love. And her sister's gone. She's trying to find her own on her own. And Jazz. Oh, I wish the best for Jazz. I really do. Okay, on to Zoe, having a little run-in with Luca's sister. She tried to convince her to fix things between Luca and Doug. And they had a little spat about who doing what and complications with Luca and Doug. And Luca's sister decided to make a move to convince Luca to fix the grudge with him and Doug. So they can get back to being great. And Luca can get back to the fashion, shindigs. And I'm happy she did that. I can't wait to see the results that she prepared for Luca to send to Doug. Luca hit the send button. So let's see where it goes. Hopefully Doug texts back like, yeah, let's get this money, bro. He apologizes and they move on from there. On to Phil making his way to Luna's birthday party. Push come to shove, the men canceled the work or the flight that he had on that Sunday of Luna's birthday party. And I was happy to see it. Not only that, he came bearing a gift. He came with a gift as a lease very, very close to them, so that he can be a full-time dad or a father figure at any point. And again, another pat on the back, applause, because it's not every day you find that. It's not every day you find that in that scenario. This man is really ready to accept and change his life around and do the right thing by his daughter. Because he sees clearly she needs his presence. And she wants his presence or likes his presence. So that was dope. And by surprise, Nomi apologized for overreacting on him and progress was made. Then the bond became between Nomi and Phil. And I want to give them kudos to them both. They both stepped up and apologized and owned their rights and wrongs. And they just want to be, both of them just want to be good parents ultimately for Luna. Who knows? Phil and Luna might actually get together in the long haul. And I wouldn't be mad at that. They seem to have one common interest as of right now. Yeah, they somewhat wronged each other in these previous months, last year, but they're righting their wrongs and trying to do better going forth. On to the episode ending with Zoe and Luca eating a meal of spaghetti and meatballs in front of a live broadcast of people to get paid and make money, not realizing that it was X-rated. The viewers wanted to see the spaghetti and meatballs. They wanted to see the spaghetti and meatballs, the viewers did. And crazy. They wanted to see the meatballs of the spaghetti, literally, all up in the face and everything. And Luca was with to get down. Crazy, and hilarious. I'm like, really? It's a good episode, y'all. It was a good episode. Again, Freeform, make this episode an hour, please. Well, I'm sorry, not make the episode, make the next season, if there's a next season, an hour long. Make the season, If there's a next season, make it an hour long. Give us an hour long episode at some point. Freeform, please. Please, please, please. But again, it was a good episode. Again, it's your boy Ron the Artist, aka Ron. You know, this is Ron's recap. If you're watching this on Instagram right now, we are live. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, this is not live. This has been taken from Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe, comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's chat. If you're watching this on Instagram right now, please comment, like the video. Let's chat about what happened in the episode. Let's chat. I can be found on Instagram at rta.tv. I can be found on TikTok at Ron the Artist #1. RONTHEARTIST #1. And as far as YouTube, look me up at Ron the Artist or ArtRon14. Till we meet again, guys. Peace.